Clinton, and this is the Voice of Mine podcast. I'm so glad you're here. We could truly name this whole year Clinton's Race Awakening. I've always known race exists, but I've never taken it as seriously as I've taken it for the last couple of months, I would say. I never really thought of race as as a very important topic, but in the last couple of months, it has been a very prominent topic on the background of the podcast. And I even recorded an episode called Is White Right? So I watched a show called The 8 Show on Netflix. And in this show, you got to choose from 8 different floors. The highest floor, which is the 8th floor, got the most money, and the lowest floor, which is the first floor, got the least amount of money. And the premise of the show is these people who are not happy with where they are in life, and the show begins with room number 3, and it's this guy who wanted to jump from the Han River in Korea, and when he was about to jump and take his life, he got a text from the show organizers, and they were going to pay him for his time. And the way the show works is you get paid per minute, but a certain amount per hour. And the higher you are, the more money you make. And it was I don't know how to explain it. It was so strange because they had to work for they don't have to work for the money, but they have to entertain for time. And at first, in the first, I would say 4 episodes, they all worked together. And after the 4th episode, the top floors, and this was so strange. I was really frustrated why they never made it 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's 4, 7, 8, 6. I don't know why I made that. I don't know why I said it in that order, but those were the main aggressors, and they were using the lower floors, and this would be 5, 3, 2, 1 for more time. So by doing more, by doing things to entertain the audience who's watching the show. So if you watch the show, no, sorry, if you make the show entertaining, you get more time. And that's the whole premise of the show. You want to get more time so you can make more money. It's like The Level. I don't know if you've seen that movie or that show, but I think it's a movie. Yeah, that movie. But it's exactly like that movie, but worse. And for 2 episodes, the top floors were making the bottom floors entertain to make money. And they were really ruthless. They were treating these people like animals. They were really inhumane. And a guy from the top floor who was friends with the bottom floor helped overthrow the top floor, because at first I thought they could do it by themselves, but because they were being tortured and treated badly, they barely had the energy to group and come up with a good enough plan to overthrow these people, because these people controlled the amount of food they got, the amount of privacy they got, and so on and so forth. And then the episode where they overthrew the top floor, I expected them to do exactly what they did, what the top floor did to them, but they were very gracious. They were very nice, in my opinion. They just tied them up and wanted the game to end. And there was someone in their group, and this is where you can never really know what someone else is thinking, because there was someone in their group who did not want to end the game. The floors. Like everyone in that, like everyone was like ready to go to bed and like waste the time so they can go home, so the game can end or the show can end. But one of the guys, I'll not spoil the show for you, but one of the guys like tried to sabotage it and like get them more time so they could like do the show for longer. And even when it's it's just so strange because it's so frustrating because the part that's frustrating to me is not the fact that he wanted more time. It's that they never used the top floors to make time, and they were playing games, and the bottom floors were the only people who received like were at the bottom, were the bottom of the jokes. They were never like, it was never fair from the beginning of all of the entertainment they provided to the audiences. And if you haven't watched the show, it's on Netflix. It's called The Eighth Floor. But this is why I want to talk about in regards to white versus black. I would say, in recent years, or like in the past, you saw how we saw, or we've not seen it in real life because we're like alive now and like it's everything's okay. But like we heard of like how ruthless like certain white people were and like taking slaves like Hitler, blah blah blah. And I feel there's no comparable, or like you can't, I can't think of any like black figure or any other person of color, any figure that is that rootless. And I feel if, because after watching the show, I was like, oh, if I want to put race in a hierarchy, I would say white is obviously floor 8, and then maybe black like floor 2 3, no, floor 2 1. And I'm black. I can't be racist to black people, but I don't have this thought fully fleshed out. But I feel that even if the blacks or black people, I I just like saying the blacks now. Even if the blacks overthrow the whites, I don't think they're gonna be as ruthless as the whites were to a bunch of people. So I think to be at the top of the top, you have to have a sense of apathy towards your fellow human. And I'm not saying I'm like this. I'm not giving this advice to anybody. But there was this in the show, the eighth floor was very uncomfortable to watch because she was laughing at every single situation that was going on there. And it felt like we were not like observing the same thing that was happening. And I could not like I could not wrap my head around someone being that ruthless. But I can't, I don't know. I don't think I analyzed this enough. I just like poured out what I was thinking of on this topic. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm really disappointed at the lower floors though. I wanted them to like overthrow the top floor and kill them, but they never did anything like that. But I think that's the most realistic way it could happen in real life. I feel even if a certain group is like the controller, and even if you like torture them, because there was I can't remember the line like exact, but the person was saying even if you don't make money, I have more, like eighth floor was saying even if y'all don't work and stop this time, I have more money than all of you. And that's true, and she had more money than all 4 floors that she was like bullying with, like the other top floors combined. Like if they combined their whole earnings from the show, she had more money, and she was spending her money, and it felt like she was making more money. Like, does that make sense? She was spending money, but she had more money than every single person in that show combined. It was so awful to see, and I feel that's how it works in real life, and we never get to like see it. It's like the Squid Games at the same time. It's like Squid Games at the same time. It's a really good show. What should I say? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think the show. I'm done talking about the show and done talking about like the real world implications. I think if ultimately if they were to be like a black uprising, or like black people start controlling a lot of things on the planet, I don't think black people would be as ruthless as whites. I think they would try as much as possible to not inflict the same like pain that they receive from the whites. And this is my problem with this show. I if you had told me, oh, it's the parents of these people who like suffered this, and then their kids, like the bottom floor kids, overthrow like the top floor um parents. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, the top floor parents. I would be like, okay, no, the top floor kids. I'd be like, okay, I get why they did not like retaliate as like harshly, but it's them who they experienced the hurt, like sorry, the hurt from the parent, like for themselves. Like it was not a story that someone else had told them, like someone else told them or their parents told them. They experienced it, and at the same time, they never like made the other guys experience it. But that's what good people do. I don't know. I don't think that's good. I think that's stupid. And if it was me, I will hit them back. You could call me a horrible person. I don't care. I will hit you back. I will make sure at least you break a bone or maybe get tased, because they had tasers in the show. Um, yeah, there's a lot I have to say, but no, there's not a lot I have to say. I don't have anything else to say. I've been really struggling with TikTok in a very odd way. I feel I don't know if I said this in the logging out episode, but I the problem I have with TikTok is that it's unpredictable. Like I don't know what's coming next, and sometimes what come like it's not like I'm not looking for something on the app. I'm looking for something that would stimulate my like make me think or make me laugh. But most of the time, I get the haze. I would say I don't doom scroll. I think people call it doom. I maybe people doom scroll, but I don't doom scroll. It's a scrolling haze because I'm trying to look for something to itch that part of my brain, because most of what I see I don't really care as much to like I would never search those myself. And I think that's what the problem with like the TikTok algorithm, at least my algorithm, is there's a weird haze period. Like if I scroll, I could see a good think piece from someone I follow, and then the next four videos are weird. Not weird like weird videos. I mean like I don't really care about what this video is, but at the same time I don't want to like scroll off thinking like it's like fueling this dopamine. I don't believe TikTok is giving me dopamine in any way. Maybe in the beginning, I feel if you get TikTok likes or if you get comments on TikTok, maybe that gives you a certain level of dopamine. At a certain point, like dwindles. But I don't think scrolling on the app is fueling any form of dopamine. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist, but I think scrolling on the app, for me at least, is hazy until I see something I actually want to watch. And then it's like you don't want to like I don't, it's not like listening to music. It's it like if you watch a TikTok video, you get like the main points the creator is trying to like push, and then after you see the video, you watch it to you can't, unless the video was like really profound, or unless you didn't understand what the video was talking about at first. That's the only time you watch it twice. So unless it's like a very good song that you just want to keep on listening to, then that's the only time you like watch a TikTok multiple times. But I think it's the point of that sound, like, or that think piece, or that thought, like that thought, to your next acceptable TikTok that is eating the time. I don't think I don't watch every single video, and I like videos. If you could go through my likes, you would like, I like videos of like smaller creators as well. But yeah, I think it's a haze. I would not say doom scrolling anymore. I would say scrolling, a scrolling haze, because I think it's not, for me at least, it's not mindless. It's consciously uncomfortable. Like I know I'm uncomfortable, so I want to go to something that'll make me not uncomfortable. And I don't think that's, maybe when I get to the video with that, maybe when I get to the video that makes me think more, or that makes me ponder a new idea, then I feel a sense of dopamine, question mark. I would really argue that point, that I don't really think I feel a form of like dopamine when I get to that point. But at the same time, I think TikTok is a fun place, but I don't like the unpredictableness of the app. Um, Even when you scroll on your following list, it's still really unpredictable. Like, you get the general gist of what the people you follow are gonna talk about, but yeah. And a big TikTok advice I'll give you: I don't think you should follow someone from one video. I don't like, if you follow people from one video, try as much as possible not to. I followed multiple people from one video, and I had to unfollow a lot of people in the last 2 weeks because we they said something good in the video I saw, but that's not what they say all the time. So yeah, that's my thoughts on TikTok so far. I still think I was I'm leaning to strongly deleting the platform for my phone, but not from my. I'll keep it on my laptop for posting for the podcast, but I'm leaning strongly to deleting it because I don't want to know every single thing that's going on the planet at the same time. Like, you would hear Beyonce got Jay-Z on stage, and then at the same time hear what Trump is doing in Alligator Alcatraz in America. And I'm like, I don't think I want to know that anymore. Like, I truly feel there's like this com I'm I'm still exploring this thought, but in next week's episode, I speak about how not wanting to know is a form of like evil. I think if you don't want to know the struggles people are going through because you are having a good time, is a form of evil. But at the same time, like, TikTok presents people's problems in a very unfavorable light for those people, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person who, like, like, I don't want to seem mean, but like, I don't want to hear that. Sorry, like, that's not what I signed up for. Um, yeah, like, I saw a video of like someone getting arrested like 2 seconds ago, and I'm like, I really don't care. Like, I don't know this person personally, and I know we should care about people we don't know personally, but I'm like, you can show me a video of someone like celebrating their birthday or something. Stop showing me bad things or like rage bait. I don't care if like Charlie down the street doesn't want to like taint his blood, because like today I saw a video from like this guy who was asking this other girl if she would ever date someone who is not of their race. And like, so hold on, let me tell you about these people. These people, they were both white, and the white guy was like interviewing the girl and saying if she would date someone who is not her race. And the girl was like, she doesn't really care. Then the guy was like, oh, would you want to taint your blood? And she was like, why? What does that mean? Like, everybody has blood. Like, and then there's this like black guy on. I follow him because I truly want to understand what he's talking about. I still don't know where he lies in this like whole world, but he talks about the black race not being tainted. And disclaimer, I've said that before, but I've said that jokingly. He says it as a real like ideology. He believes that like mixing is like not good, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what happened with Gen Z, but I feel they are going to be worse than every other generation combined, because I feel oh sorry, I think Gen Alpha is going to be worse, but like I feel sorry, I'm turning into that old person, but I feel there is this, because like there's so much information that everybody gets to know. We think our ideas, or because I would never say my ideas are like right. I've never come on here and said what I say is right, unless it's like a very broad, like broadly acceptable idea. I would never say my idea is right. But I think the way the internet works, whatever you are really interested in, it's confirming that whatever you like is right. So I think that's why people who exist in this odd spectrum of like normal to abnormal, and they're in this like subset of abnormal people, believe that humans are inherently different. I believe yes, humans have like different factors that makes their life why their life is. But I don't think like there was a video. There's this guy called Nick Fuentes. I know I've said Nick Fuentes' name on this podcast, and he was with Candace Owens, and he was like, "Oh, Africans are dumb." And by the way, I'm African. You can hear it. Um, I would not disagree with that. But why are they dumb? Because like there's a lot of like I would not say no. I can't say that. I can't say Africans are dumb. I would say I growing up in my country, I was not the smartest person on the planet. But I knew how to fake being smart. I've said that before. But I had dyslexia, and like I did not know for the longest time. And until I moved here, I did not know what this I like I did not know all of these like came with this like dyslexia. So I think there's a lot of ignorance in like Africa about certain things. I'm not saying like all Africans are dumb. They're like really smart people. Like the smartest girl in my class, she's really smart. And when I was growing up, so I think there are a lot of smart people there, and there are a lot of smart people everywhere, and they love not so smart people. But I think intelligence is a trend. Like when people want to read is a trend. Like, and it's very family based. If your family members read, you read a lot. Because I see this guy on my TikTok. I like people who read. Oh my god! But people who read, they look very good looking to me. But like, there's a person I follow on TikTok, and they read a lot, and the way they speak makes me want to suck their soul and become them. But I can't do that, obviously. So yeah, I'll speak to you next week. Bye.